It's kind of weird.
No, I've thought it all out. And then when you arrive at level 4, then you get to just nuke her. I mean, just nuke the hell out of her. The two of you was being married, and I didn't want Max taking Pop's place. But now that I see the two of you so much in love, I realized I was just being selfish. Ma, I want you to be happy. And I know Pop would too.
Fatigue.
And then what did he say?
He wants to match the heartbeats that this records to my activities. So for the next 24 hours, I have to write down everything I do.
And you're not embarrassed to have him read that smut?
I'm proud of you, Blanche. Boy, if this were me, I would be really scared.
When I'm scared, on your nightstand. Do you want to see my Vans Cap caca? As long as I don't have to show you mine.
It's a St. Olaf friendship cake. I'm taking it to Roger. It's my...
You mind answering that?
Why not? Maybe I'll get lucky. What am I talking about? If I was lucky, I'd be shacking up with Cary Grant.
Hello, I'm Dr. Richmond. I'm looking for a Dorothy Zbornak.
Dr. Richmond, it's a pleasure to meet you, but we were expecting...
Hope is not your father. He has no idea who you are, and he's not about to come anywhere near this place.
That's not true. He's here in Miami. It's right in today's paper.
Well, she's right. He is in a golf tournament here.
Apology accepted.
Rose, what the hell is...
Segue, Blanche.
You know, I've never met a neurosurgeon before. I would love to hear more about your work. How about 8 o'clock tonight?
Well, that sounds good, but I think Stan might have something planned for us.
Well, I did have ringside seats at the Mud Wrestling Palace, but hey, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Elegantly put, Stan.
Plaid polyester. Rose, you have something in a size 6?
Come on, Ma, I'll help you pick something out. Must be Raymond.
I'll be right out. I just have to get some hard candy and my donut pillow.
I think you're going to have to feed Buster for a while. Goodbye, Rose. And when you see me at work, don't say good morning, don't leave me those cheery notes, and please don't put on those little puppet shows over the partition. In fact, don't ever think of me again.
If I like him, I give him the wrong directions. Have any visitors today?
Mom and Dad were by this morning. They brought comic books.
I never let my boy Phil read comic books. Of course, when he was 16, we shared an underwear drawer.
Did you bring me anything today?
I don't know.
Oh, honey, please. We're really sorry.
Well, I might forgive you, but I can't speak for Baby.
Is there something we can do to smooth things over?
Well, a kiss on the hiding. That's when Buzz came along. He was St. Olaf's hippest cat. A musician, you know the type. He once put a whole box of chiclets in his mouth on a dare. Cool. Well, I'm sorry for.
Dennis.
Hello, Mother Dorothy.
I can't believe you'd show you.
People have looked right past me. You know, when I was growing up, the first day back at school every year, half the other kids always thought I was new in town. I had to bring in a yearbook to prove that they were wrong. But all the same, I always felt that deep inside me was a great man trying to get out. So I went into politics.
Girls, I'm really worried. Usually by the time I finish the cheesecake, I can solve any problem I'm trying to beat. This time I'm coming up empty.
Then why is the top button of your skirt open?
I'm talking about selling the house. I just don't know if it's the right thing to do.
Well, honey, gee, you made that pack of dogs look very realistic. But Rose, the revolution in Czechoslovakia was a peaceful one. Nobody was chased by a pack of dogs.
But they're good dogs, Rose.
You are not going to believe this. My sister Charmaine.
I followed you to the boardwalk.
That was you? Thank God. I thought Gino the Enforcer was out on parole.
Ma, please, will you let me say what I have to say?
Maybe I don't want to hear what you have to say. Maybe I'm happy not knowing anything.
Or maybe you know already.
I'm not...
I have class. And you know what else I have?
It's not self-awareness, that's for damn sure. Hey, listen to this. Older gentleman seeks lady of refinement. I like moonlit nights, romantic Italian dinners, and waking up in the morning.
And Dorothy Zbornak, a substitute teacher. All right, our first category is English history. Shared command with Cromwell in victory at Naseby.
Who is Baron Fairfax?
That is correct.
Please, come in. You'll have to excuse my mother. She's a little upset. She just found out she has the same hairdresser as Whoopi Goldberg.
This is my associate, Bobby Hopkins.
Detective Mullins, I am Blanche Devereaux, and these are my roommates, Dorothy and Rose. They're innocent. I'm not.
Intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in Tsar?
Oh, I don't know why I bothered to make this. I could have had Rose sit on my hand.
To this day,
It's the lusty, steamy passions that constantly threaten to erupt from within me.
When I was 16, I had acne and played the accordion in the marching band.
Well, nothing seemed to go right that year. But the final indignity occurred during the Miss Magnolia Blossom pageant.
Rose, get to the part where they steal the brain out of a dead body and throw it into your head.
so anyway, she got a suspended sentence.
They let her go?
No, they hanged her.
Oh, hi, Rose. Oh, Rose, now come on. You're not still mad at us because we changed your Woman of the Year application.
Honey, we're so sorry. I just hate it when you're mad at us and get like this.
Okay, you're forgiven.
Oh, Rose.
That was easy.
Well, I thought it all over and you were there.
Oh, Mama, you really think so?
Of course not, but you think I'm going to tell you that? I'm your mother.
Ma, are you sure you mailed all the invitations? None of the G's through the L's?
Well, this calls for a celebration.
No? What are we celebrating? The fact that you got free champagne with your room?
We are celebrating what you said on the phone.
What did I say?
You said, Stanley, could I come to your hotel room? I have to see you.
No, that's...
Really nice.
He is. We've had a wonderful time together these past few weeks. You know, girls, I really like him. And I think he likes me.
Just don't ruin it and sleep with him.
Of course not, Ma. I only do that with men I plan to scar psychologically. Ma, what are you doing?
Losing? It's strip poker.
That's it. Game's over.
Who do you think you are, Donald Trump? You don't own this casino. She's always telling me what to do.
I can't take it back. It's against store policy.
Are you willing to sign an affidavit to that effect?
What?
An affidavit. It's standard in any NOPRL investigation.
NOPRL?
The NOPRL, Network of Older People Retired But Living. Sophia Petrillo, past president and legal counsel. Their stores and big...
What did you say?
I said okie dokie.
Okay. Okay, I can't believe it.
After all these years of being sensitive, I barge in here like some macho jerk, and I get exactly what I want.
Oh, Miles, I find this side of you very exciting. See where Crisco is made. The point is, we thought I'd have enough money for the rest of my life as long as I had his pension. Now the reality is I probably have enough for only a couple of months.
It's over.
You don't sound very happy.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm a little confused.
About what?
About Stan.
Oh, geez, you didn't shack up with him again.
I didn't shack up with him. He asked and I said no, but I'll tell you, for a few minutes there, I was thinking...
You could.
No, believe her, Blanche, she couldn't.
I know just how you feel. I couldn't even think of another man for years after my husband died.
And that's exactly why you have bad muscle tone. Let me know if you change your mind. Hmm? I haven't eaten...
And you also have a sister who loves you. And Pop's knows. Ma, you're not leaving. You're staying here with Rose and Blanche and me.
Is how to make a fist. Let's meet our lucky contestants. First on the green team, we have Dorothy Zbornak, an English teacher originally from Brooklyn, New York. She now lives in Miami with her mother, who will gladly pay anyone who will take her out for a date.
And the veal shack never did taste right.
Oh, Aunt Angela, you made that up.
Hey, I'm 80. As long as I keep talking, I know my heart is still beating.
Angela, may I offer you something to eat?
As long as it isn't veal. Well, it's not because of Pee-wee.
Sure, we can have some lemon chicken and smoked ham. It's all prepared.
Well, let's just start with appetizers.
That's fine.
Yeah, how about smoked oysters?
Oh, good. Oh, you'll never guess what I found.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Pepperoni.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell Mom.
How did she die?
You know, we're not sure. One night, she left in her wheelchair and she never came back. The next day, the neighborhood kids had a go-kart with two really big fat
Ma'am, we're evacuating the entire neighborhood, so the three of you are going to have to put away the fight until we get down to the shelter. We will be waiting in the car.
Oh, come on now. You can't too shoot them.
I cannot shoot them. I can only shoot looters.
Oh, I understand. Stan, pick up the TV on your way out, will you?
Likewise.
I live here.
Oh.
You don't.
I live over on Dorado. It's about a 20-minute walk. But I usually take the bus.
Are you waiting for one now?
No, I'm,
Pregnant.
That's incorrect, but certainly not untrue.
Guy, is it better late than never?
Right you are, Rose.
Men love my cupcakes.
Get a clue, Dorothy. Men would rather pay for cupcakes.
Let me tell you something, you Swedish meatball. Wait a minute. You're actually talking about cupcakes, aren't you?
What are you doing?
It's the evil eye. I just put a Sicilian curse on you. You're not going to have a moment's peace till you hold that tree away.
You got me shaking in my boots.
Oh, Ma, why'd you do that? You just made matters worse with that ridiculous curse.
Learning to get in touch with my emotions.
Tell me, will it take long? You know, you're reading my Newsweek.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Dorothy, I see you met Milton.
Oh, yes. We were just getting acquainted. Dump him, Rosie's driftwood.
Oh, no, Dorothy, no.
Every night when Rose would go to bed, she'd take the 3 elephants with her because they made her feel so safe and secure.
Elephants?
elephant dolls.
Right, elephant dolls. Until finally, one night, they got so sick and tired of Rose annoying them that they went off to sleep someplace else. And two big old escaped convicts snuck in through the window and murdered Rose in her sleep.
No, I know what you meant, Dorothy. You mean the reason we can't sleep is because we're feeling guilty about profiting from Jasper de Kimmel's impending death.
I feel creepy every time I think of it. You girls were right about getting Miles on my turf. Oh, Blanche, and I'm really grateful for you steering the table talk to things I know about.
Well, you ought to be. It wasn't that easy working natural fertilizer into the dinner conversation. What are you planning next?
I don't know.
If you don't mind, Al, I'd like to write that one down.
Won't you sit down?
I'd like to ask you about your next-door neighbors, the McDowells.
They're not who you think they are.
You mean we invited the wrong people to dinner?
In a manner of speaking, you see, your next-door neighbor...
You're in a good mood, Rose. Is someone expecting her special visitor tonight?
Oh, don't be silly, Blanche. I haven't had my special visitor in years.
Hey, neither have I. It's amazing how when you live with women, you get on the same cycle.
I'm with Dorothy.
Stan, I think you're a little out of line.
I'm not knocking Dorothy.
Oh, what would you call this? A testimonial?
Okay. I'm gonna have to be blunt. Ted, all your life, you've looked up to me and you've envied me for everything I have. That's why you want to marry Dorothy.
Married?
Be enough.
Talk about you. We didn't have to go out on a date to do that.
You think I'm boring?
No, sweetheart. I think you're fantastic. With a guy like me, a little fantastic goes a long way. I mean, look what we got now. Every couple of weeks, you call me when one of your boyfriends don't show up. I tell you,
what do you say?
No.
Okay, make it 100, but no monthly report.
Goodbye, Stanley.
Well, why don't I just wait outside, give you a few minutes to think this over?
Fine. Still here in the morning. Let's give him coffee, okay?
It's a nightmare. We've been visited by the yachts of Christmas past.
There is one little thing. Well, that must be him. Rose, would you get the door, please?
Hello.
Oh, hello. We thought you were Blanche's date, but you're way too old.
Hola, Blanche.
Hello, sweetheart. Come in. I want you to meet all my...
At 8:05. Excuse me.
Hello? Oh, Helgi. So what's going on in St. Olaf? I can't
Oh, Ma, you going to the ballroom again?
No, I was thinking of wearing this when I die. What do you think?
You're making this up. I am not. My grandfather told me that story. Of course, he also used to call me by my sister's name. And sometimes he'd wear his underwear on the outside of his pants. I guess he wasn't a very...
It was me. I was playing a little joke on you.
Hello, Rose. 1 second, Charlie. What do you mean it wasn't you, Sophie?
Rose, Ma was playing a very mean trick on you, although now I can see the temptation.
Up at Shady Pines making boats out of popsicle sticks.
I've had it. I've just had it. In the past few days, I have been turned down for every available part-time job in Dade County that didn't involve selling cocaine.
Oh, yeah? How would you like to star in my video?
Are there any nude love scenes involved?
No.
Because if it's integral to the plot, I'll be more than happy to do it.
You see, Dorothy, Sophia wants to be in my video. Why won't you?
Dorothy's always been a little camera shy. You'd be, too, if you looked like Fess Parker in heels.
Please, it's time to present the Friends of Good Health's Best Friend of the Year award. any further, I have an announcement to make. Don Johnson, star of Miami Vice, who was originally scheduled to be here, will be unable to attend.
Dorothy, what are you going to do with your share of the money?
Oh, come on. Blanche, the pig isn't dead. He's sick. I mean, the money never even crossed my mind.
Oh, yeah? Then what were you doing with these E.F. Hutton brochures?
Oh, you took those out of my purse.
No, they fell out when I was taking out a 20.
Well, I'm sure not putting my money into stuff.
The store calls it chicken chow.
Maledizione.
Oh, Ma, what's wrong now?
Living with Angela the last 3 weeks has been a nightmare. I don't think she's ever gonna leave.
What has she done now?
She used...
Oh, come on now. I heard you laughing. What's so funny?
For starters, Gina's a lesbian.
What's funny about that?
You aren't surprised?
Of course not. I mean, I've never known any personally, but isn't Danny Thomas one? I guess you two are in the same boat. I'm in the yacht.
What's this boat she keeps talking about?
Don't worry, Rose. You missed it. That you and Stan were in bed together. Isn't that silly? Oh, I mean, my loving sister and the man I despise most. Oh, God, the nightmare continues.
It's a gift. Keep it.
Marguerite, if you're trying to bribe me, there's no need. As far as I'm concerned, you have the job.
Fine with me.
Oh, me too. Can you start tomorrow?
I'll be here bright and early.
We'll see you then.
Right. You be sure and use that just like I told you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye now.
Hi, Ma.
You're home early?
I broke up with Glenn. I told him I couldn't see him anymore. Look out for you.
Oh, I just hope the band doesn't play the St. Olaf Wedding March.
I think the chances of their playing that are pretty slim.
Well, I don't know. It got awfully popular after Laurel and Hardy started using it as their theme song.
We're gonna have to keep an eye on her. My mother's card is current.
See for yourself. It expired 5 years ago.
I don't know how that could have happened, but I'll put the book on my card, and I want you to know that my card is always current. I come to the library at least 3 times a week, and my books are always returned promptly during regular library.
I could do a nice Yankee pot roast, mashed potatoes, mixed vegetables, wild green salad, and for starters, I'll throw in my special clam chowder, no charge.
That sounds delicious. Just consider yourself hired. Now, Jake, when shall I come over to your place to sample what you have to offer? He's going to be late for the initiation ceremony.
Oh, take it easy, Feldman.
Hello, Billy Club? It's me, Moran. No, Moran the Cheese Man. Look, I need some fake ID to get out of the country. Yeah, do. Where is he now?
Oh, I wish I could tell you. But I really don't know anything about him anymore. When I knew him, he was a professor at a college.
That's hard to believe.
Well, it's one of the few places they have professors.
No, I know that. I meant...
Terrible, Angela. Does that mean you're all alone back in Sicily?
No, I have a goat.
No, it's really a shame you and Ma don't live closer to each other.
Dorothy is right. How many years do we have left? 20, 30? We should live in the same town.
You want to come back to that little village in Sicily?
Please.
What happened, Ida? I didn't know. Nobody told me that it cost money to get old. I just figured that was one thing you'd get for free. It isn't. The home costs money. The doctors cost money. Medicine costs...
I'm glad it was red wine and not white.
Why? White's easy to get out.
I know, but I spilled some red meat on this jacket at lunch, and I wouldn't want your dry cleaner to think I was gauche.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks.
I think I'll run along now. Nice meeting you, Mr. John Quinn.
Thank you. Same here. Blanche,
Devereaux. Good night.
Oh, that is so typical. All those swamis are just out for a buck. I mean, they can't teach you anything that anyone with any common sense doesn't already know.
I didn't know that.
A visual aid.
Oh, really, Ramdas? If it's all so easy, let's hear you answer this.
In a gay bar?
Blanche, this isn't a gay bar.
Clay, now, we did say we were going to be honest with each other. All right, now, I can do my part. You just watch this. You all over at the bar? I just want to say that I would be very proud to have any one of you date my brother.
Exciting.
Eat.
That's amazing. You people eat with 2 little sticks, you never miss a bite. My people drop half their meal while using a fork, a spoon, and a loaf of bread.
So.
Exactly what is this stuff?
We are over. There is nothing wrong with my relationship with Eddie, and if my mother can't buy it, I am very sorry. It is her problem.
Oh, just getting in? Listen, if you three are just going to use this place days, would you mind if I got one of those medical emergency beepers? I'd feel terrible if you came home one morning and found me on the doorstep instead of the Miami hip. She looked like Fess Parker from another time.
Girls, guess what? I just got an invitation to the reunion of my college sorority, the Alpha Gams.
I belonged to a sorority when I was in college, the Alpha Yams. It was an agricultural college. It doesn't belong. Just like that old dog Sandy we used to have. God, your father loved that dog.
Can you believe that? After I bared my heart and soul to that woman.
Oh, Dorothy, you hide things from her all the time.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
You stop being an idiot. Bob Hope is not gonna call, and he is not gonna MC our show.
What do you mean? I said he'd be here, and he will.
Rose, this is not Miracle on 34th Street. You are a grown woman holding on to childhood fantasies. Bob...
Oh, for heaven's sake, go on.
No, Dave, I better do this by myself. You might get hurt.
3, 4.
What's wrong?
What makes you think there's something wrong?
Oh, please, Stan, we were married for 38 years. You can disguise your bald head, but you can't hide your emotions. Now, what's wrong?
I lost it, Dorothy.
You never had it, Stanley.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But, Biff, you're a drifter. How can I just pull up stakes and run off with you?
Please reconsider.
How much do you need?
$500.
I'll give you 1,000. You know, Dorothy, I'm glad Stanley married you. You love him, but you're tough on him, and he needs that.
Then why are you so mean to me?
Because if Stanley knew I'd...
Make a down payment on a new TV and then pay the rest off on time.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go tell everybody that the sale's over.
Oh. You wait right there. I'll be right back.
Rose?
Yes, Lily.
Could you help me get to the sofa, please?
Oh, sure, honey. Here you go.
Pop's been dead 27 years.
What's your point?
What are you saying?
Isn't it obvious, Dorothy? She showered with a dead man for 5 years.
Rose, what did you want?
I got 2 tickets to the hottest Norwegian musical in town.
Rose, you're really running for class president in the 3rd grade.
Why, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, his campaign slogan was vote for me and I'll show you my wee-wee. He won by a landslide.
Dorothy,
Wait up. Will you wait a minute? You just walk so fast.
I am in a hurry.
He's not sexy. Well, it's not. A woman should take little delicate steps, as if to say, yes, I may be slower than... Honey, there are no holes in it.
I know. That's because they're all in your head. Now listen, I cannot live in a house with a gun.
Dorothy, don't overreact. Rose, good. You get a gun, you kill him.
Kill him, we'll have a dead gardener. Now listen, Rose, this has gone too far.
Oh, good, you two are talking.
We're not talking. I'm still furious with Ma for hooking me up with that matchmaker.
That reminds me of a story about St. Olaf's most famous matchmaker.
Please, Rose, spare me the endless, inane details of how Heidi Flugendugel girl...
Zsa Zsa?
But Ma, how did this happen?
Picture it. The papal mass, a few hours ago. I want a cup of blessing for Agnes, so I sneak into the crippled and lame section.
Ma, how could you?
With a pronounced limp. The Pope
over in a shot.
Well, I do care about him. I just have some things I have to do.
But like what?
Oh, look, I'm trying to keep this relationship casual. If I go to that hospital, I'm in and there's no getting out.
Don't be silly. All you have to do is follow the orange line down the middle of the hallways. They lead right to the elevator.
Dropped it off at the newspaper office.
Dorothy, you told me exactly what you wanted me to do a dozen times. Any idiot could have done it.
I know, honey, but you were the only one going downtown. Are you sure that you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Yes, 6 people already called while you were out. You did that to me. I'll try and find it for you.
She actually said that?
Yeah. And a whole lot of Italian words. I'm not too sure if it was a curse, but I did talk like a girl for about 3 weeks. It was a turning point in my life. It's when I finally started growing up.
I mean, and all that happened because of my mother?
I like to think so.
Empty, lonely, solar-heated waterbed.
No need to say a word. I understand. Here you go, honey.
Dorothy, wait. Chrissy, there is nothing to discuss.
Oh, but Stickman. I mean, the girl flew all the way from...
Father could eat dinner, read the newspaper, make love, give himself a pedicure all within an hour. And he never got up from the kitchen table.
Well, I think the McDowells were delightful.
I did, too.
So did I. Oh, I just love to welcome people to the neighborhood.
Trust me, Rose. Drink it. Slowly. That's right. Down the hatch. We call this Sicilian Somonix. Now, you might feel a slight tingling, but believe me, you'll sleep like a baby.
Can. Great. Oh, Chrissy can't. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, really? No, I didn't know that could happen from a tanning machine. Oh,
Right, I better change.
So, Ted, what brings you to Miami?
Oh, I'll grab any chance I can to spend some time with the greatest guy in the world.
My kid brother still looks up to me.
As well he should, after all.
Deep, deep, deep inside.
Listen, when I thought I was moving, I was going to give each one of you a gift. But I want you to have them anyway.
Why, Sophia, how sweet.
Oh, honey, you shouldn't have.
Oh, Ma, this is so lovely.
I just haven't found a thing today. I don't look right in American clothes. I have a more European body.
Oh, in Europe, do they all have big butts, too?
was incredible. And to think they made a movie about that deadbeat Gandhi. Well, there's a story like this that hasn't been told.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does Rose know?
No.
Oh, good. I don't think you ought to tell her. After all, she's not as worldly and sophisticated about these things as I am.
Absolutely. If she finds out Danny Thomas is a lesbian, it'll break her heart.
My pleasure meal ticket.
It was at that point that I realized his head was coming toward me.
Were his eyes open or closed?
Open! Oh! And then he landed. I thought, oh, Mr. Gordon, oh, if only Cynthia Costello would...
I'd give you one of my kidneys, but I'm sure you'd rather have one you can control.
Thank you, Sophia.
Welcome.
Look, if you decide not...
I'd get up there and tell a few jokes about the teachers, about the cafeteria food. Ma, do you remember, you call this tapioca?
Timeless.
The kids really liked me. I mean, they laughed. I felt great.
Oh, any minute. Sophia keeps coming up with excuses not to go shopping.
I'm ready, Rose. Sophia, what's the matter? I saw the doctor yesterday, and I can't talk about it. Let's go to the mall.
Wait a minute. What is it, Sophia?
All right, you dragged it out of me.
Point the way.
Oh, good. It's on the second floor.
Thanks a lot, Rose. Oh, this is a great Valentine's weekend. Stuck in a hotel at a nudist camp for 10 hours.
I'm sorry, Dorothy. It's all my fault. I misunderstood the brochure.
Rebecca, I've held my tongue for 2 solid weeks, but I cannot any longer. Now, I am your mother, and I cannot let you go out that door without asking you why. Of all the men on God's green earth, have you decided to marry that lump of nothing out there?
Ma, I have a confession to make. Ma, I came here to beg you for the last time not to get married. I didn't want you and Max together because it looked like you were cheating on Pop. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I still think of the two of you as being married, and I didn't want Max taking Pop's place, but...
What would Mrs. Claus say?
Not to mention Mrs. Kleckner.
Who was that?
He's a Santa Claus.
You're kidding. I thought it was Fidel Castro. I meant, what was he doing here?
Blanche picked him up at the mall.
Well, I can't help it. There's something about a man in a Santa Claus...
Well, there is something wrong with the line. That's why I can't say it.
There's something wrong with the line?
Yes, you see, I'm an English teacher. I should know. The reason I can't say it is because the line itself is not grammatical. See, it should be really good pizza, not real good. Perfect.
Teams and grease our hands?
I got arrested for that once at a party in Chattanooga.
Oh, my goodness, look what I found. Double fudge cookies. I thought we agreed not to keep cookies in the house.
Right, after this last...
About the funeral arrangements. We'd like something simple, tasteful, yet...
incredibly cheap.
Let's get down to brass handles. Ladies, I'd like to present to you the winner of the 1985 Crypt and Casket Design Award. Paris is...
Clell Lightner.
Clell Lightner? I think I used that on my hair once.
Clell was the cutest boy at our high school. He was also the only sophomore old enough to get into a bar.
So, what did you do when you got there?
I sat in my father's truck for hours.
You want color? Talk to Lena Horne.
Here we are, Sophia. Homemade chicken soup. I used to make it for my husband when he wasn't feeling well.
Did you make it for him the last time he wasn't feeling well?
Oh, hello, everyone. Oh, I just happened upon the most divine dress sale. I would have called you. And now, if you will excuse me, I have Gideon Bibles for everyone.
I miss sexy Grandma.
I'm sure a lot of people do, darling. I'm sure a lot of people do.
Rose?
Does that mean it's gone?
That means I shouldn't eat asparagus at dinner. That means it's gone.
Let's get out of here, Gladys.
I'll be right there. I just wanted to apologize to you ladies. Leonard has been...
That was a good one, sir. And this is Sophia Petrillo.
Well, thank you for letting me visit your home.
You know, where I come from, when you visit somebody, you bring a little something. A marble cake would have been nice.
Sophia!
What?
This is the President of the United...
Domineering tyrant who totally emasculated him?
No more calls. We have a winner.
I can't believe this. An hour ago, my love. Stanley, what do you want to talk about?
It's about Michael.
What's wrong? What happened?
Why do you have so many cheesecakes in here?
What about Michael?
He's fine. He's living the life of Riley. I cook his meals, I change his sheets, I pay his bills. He's making my life miserable, Dorothy.
Stanley, pull yourself together.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sophia, how did you do?
Great. Easily a personal best.
Oh, tell us what happened.
It was electric. The starter fired his pistol into the air, and like a shot, I left half my competition in the dust.
Oh, you were that fast?
No, it was the over 80 category. Most of them dropped from fright.
Happens. Even if we all get married, we'll stick together.
We'll need a much bigger house.
Sure, Rose. After lunch, you can pick up the lumber. Ma, you want to join us?
Nope. I gotta rest. I got a date tonight.
With whom?
The fancy man and I are going to the dog track.
You must leave the door open.
Yes, Mrs. Cleaver.
Hi, girls. Gee, what's my diary doing here? Next to a pair of pliers.
You'll just have to go on without me.
Go on without you. Honey, this is not a wagon train. This is a double date. It doesn't work that way. It's a both of us or nothing.
You'll just have to cancel your date, too.
Cancel my date? With Larry? Oh, Dorothy, how long have you been...
Wait! I'm from the thrift shop. Somebody called about donating some old stuff.
Oh, yeah, right. These boxes over here. Oh, wait a minute. This beat-up thing must be for you, too.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's go celebrate.
Here it is. I found it.
You found what?
The lens, which I'm now going to rinse out in the solution that we have too much of.
Thank goodness you're here. I made up that ridiculous explanation, hoping I'd run into you. So you live here, too?
We have something to talk to you about. We are worried about you. Now, maybe it's none of our business, but all that time that you spend with those pathetic wimps from the center, you should spend looking for a job.
But those wimps need me.
But, Rose, honey, you have your own problems.
Look, you are 55, unemployed, your husband is dead. He could. 4:45 would be perfect. Thanks so much. I'll see you then. $20 to win on Ma's mouth. It's a hunch.
Hi, girls.
Oh, my gosh, have we missed you? Oh, Rose.
You look wonderful.
Rose.
Come on, give me a big
hug. So happy to see you.
Oh, sweetheart.
Oh, Rose. It just must feel wonderful being cured.
Oh, I'm not cured.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's Norway, so naturally it seemed like it would be in their best interest to band together. Oh, boy, was that a mistake. You see, they couldn't agree on what to do with the herring.
Oh, well, that's understandable. I mean, the possibilities are overwhelming.
Exactly. The Johansons wanted to pickle it. Oh, you're up.
Rose?
That looks like it was colorized by Ted Turner.
Now, just a minute.
But Al Clayton, this doesn't concern you. You're really going to regret this when you have to come begging on hands and knees for forgiveness.
Oh, then I shall never regret it because I never intend to apologize.
We'll see.
You had a Belgian waffle stand?
Well, actually, they were English muffins that I carved little ridges in. But people bought them anyway. I was cute then, so I could get away with it.
Don't worry, you get cute again when you hit 80. How do you think I'm gonna peddle this slop?
How was your date?
Show. I said no. And he ended up with a monkey. Draw your own conclusions.
T-E-R-R-I-F-I-C. Shove a mister in the front and you've got me.
Okay. Once upon a time in the magical land of Flaffuvenhaven. Lived Tunder the mediocre tiger. He was called mediocre.
Yeah. Figured after 38 years, you deserve something major. Listen, I know we've had our differences, but you've always stuck by me when it really counted. I'll always love you for that, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you, Stanley. Stanley, what are all these deductions for a court?
Let me have this, baby. I'll run down and get you some ice cream.
When are you going to stop treating me like a child?
Oh, somebody's grumpy.
I want her out of here.
Well, Becky, you don't mean that.
Oh, right. I'm in a real joking mood. Now get out.
Becky!
You're not helping my...
Atta girl, Rose. You finally got one.
Very nice
meeting you.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Thanks, Dad.
You know, Dorothy, you don't have to go through with it.
I don't want to see another Monday. I don't want to wait and end up going like Lydia. I'm going to decide when it's over.
I always thought somebody named God did that.
You don't understand. I'm afraid of the pain, of the hurting. I'm afraid of being alone, of dying alone. I can take...
Kate, honey! Oh!
Hello, Princess.
Daddy.
Oh,
Oh, honey, so good to see you again.
You look wonderful.
I guess you have some pretty big news for us, huh, Kate?
Rose, I don't give them their privacy.
Hey,
It was an accident, Pussycat. Don't worry about it.
that's it? That's all you have to say?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Ma, please yell at me. Please scream at me. Please make me feel guilty. I mean, if you don't say anything, I'll feel twice as bad.
I know, I'm not an amateur at this.
Hi, girls.
How'd it go, Blanche?
Oh,
Oh, Rose, come on. It's going to be wonderful. Now stop worrying. Go check on dinner.
I can't wait to meet Dr. Newman. He was fascinating on the phone. He analyzed my dream.
What dream?
Oh, that Dorothy, fess up. I know that was a man. I can always tell when a man calls, because you start sweating and get a bad case of the giggles.
I do not.
All right, talk.
It's no big deal. That was my 11th grade English teacher from back in Brooklyn, Mr. Gordon. He's moved to Miami and he wants to get... I'm busy.
Busy? It's sunny, isn't it?
No, I'm just confused. I need time to think.
You take all the time you need. But before I go, I want you to know something. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing.
So you can imagine how relieved Farmer Gunlinger was when he looked up and saw it wasn't his cow up in that tree. Marty, what's the matter?
The cow story. My wife's name was Elsie.
And could spend all his days happy, whittling away because his family was there for him.
I will never forget that look on his face. He was happier than a Kentucky yearling, a frolicking in bluegrass as high as a hoot owl's perch on the top of a spring
In
blossom.
English, Jethro, in English.
He was happy.
I don't care what Dorothy says. Any man who doesn't pick a lady up at her home for their date is a jerk, plain and simple.
Well, yeah, he's obviously a jerk. Well, he's taking you to L'Auberge. Jerks love that place. I went there once with the biggest jerk in the whole world. It was right after Charlie died.
The Sunkist building. And here's Blanche in bed with the Country Bear Jamboree. Honey, do you know what this means?
I sure do. My God, you're an animal.
Rose, these are double exposures.
Double exposure?
Yes, obvious.
From now on, I'm going to be a more supportive mother. You look nice tonight. You look better than a lot of other women here. Like her, for instance.
Thanks, Ma. By the way, that's a man.
Hey, that's not my fault.
Girls, look, a mime.
Sophia, you can't do this. Dorothy said you...
Forget about what Dorothy said. What do you want me to do? Kick them out? There's not a room in town. These people come from a small town in Iowa, much like St. Olaf.
Really?
I don't lie about stuff like this, Rose.
Otea, tu mantieni la finestra ferma.
Dorothy, you'll hold the window in place.
Rosa, tu martelli.
Rose will do the hammering.
Blanche, tu avviti.
Blanche, you'll do the screwing. And he came up with that one on his own, I swear.
Now class president in the 3rd grade.
Why, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, his campaign slogan was vote for me and I'll show you my wee-wee. He won by a landslide.
Piano, and he'd play Christmas carols, and the children would sing along, and then Mother'd bring in some homemade eggnog and snickerdoodles. And then we'd decorate the tree. And after Daddy had hung the star at the very top of the tree, we'd all join hands and pray.
Day after all. Come on, let's go.
Oh, come on. Rose, a lot of students don't like their teachers, but you don't...
No, I mean it. He was part of a nefarious plot by the Germans to teach misinformation so America's youth would be really stupid when the Germans invaded. St. Olaf was the first town chosen for their experiment. Just a test, Dorothy.
I know just how you feel. I remember how nervous and scared and panicked I was when I went to that neurologist to have my memory tested.
How did you handle it?
Well, usually I add a cup of bleach.
It's not what it looks like.
Obviously. Dorothy thought I was dead, tried to comfort you, and the two of you got carried away.
Okay, it is what it looks like.
I can't believe this. I was just playing a prank. Do you have any idea how I feel? I mean, what kind of person jumps into bed with her dearest friends?
You told me you had cooked an anniversary dinner for Stan. He came home late, he didn't have a gift, and there was lipstick on his shirt. He kept saying to me, "Ma, what should I do?" You remember what I told you?
Yeah.
Thank God. What was it? I forgot. They used laser beams on me. Zap, zap, just like that. No more cataracts.
Dynamite.
You black?
Laser beams, huh?
Give me a break, you old geezer. The sun's reflecting off the sand.
Who are you calling an old geezer?
What am I, Kreskin? How should I know what your name is?
If you didn't have...
Only at weddings.
Excuse me. Look at the way Blanche is nuzzling up to him. Look, I'm not going to take this lying down.
I don't think you're going to be invited.
If you'll excuse me, I just want to fix my face.
Oh, I don't know whether you've noticed, but...
The Gloria never sits home on a Friday night, and she's a widow. Every time I talk to her, she's going out with another guy.
Ma, she calls you 3 times a year.
She's very busy. I'm thrilled she finally found the time for a visit.
Ma, why do you always make excuses for her?
I don't make excuses for any of my children. Except Phil.
Pentecost, please, somebody stop the bleeding.
Pussycat, leave a few scraps for the other 2 nudniks. You never know when I might need a good neurosurgeon.
These people are not nudniks. They're brilliant, accomplished scientists, and I'm wiping the floor with them.
Uh-huh. Well, bill the insurance company first. The state takes care of the rest. So, you have some concerns about Sunny Pastures.
Actually, they're more like complaints.
Oh, complaints? Oh, well, what you need to do is fill out these forms and mail them.
Oh, it's the latest chess move from my old rival, Serafina Gambrazzi.
Ah, how long has this chess game by mail been going on? What, it must be 10 years now, huh?
And it's going to keep on going until I beat Serafina at something.
What are you talking about?
Picture it. Sicily, 1920. Serafina and I were...
Wiedenfrugen. It's a personal servant. It's the only way to make up for something like this. Oh, we've done it in my family for years. Ever since Uncle Ben lost Lars Olson's artificial leg. It was the day of the big 4-county toboggan race. I have to have the professional services of Dr. Escobar. He'll be back from lunch in a little while. Why don't you have a seat? Mr. Thompson, you're next.
Excuse me, Rose, let's go, honey. Ma's waiting out in the car.
I'll only be a minute. Have a seat.
And of the air and the water. I mean, the problems are endless.
Dorothy, you can't talk like that to the president.
Oh, watch me.
Well, sure, there are problems, but can't we just pray they'll go away by themselves?
You haven't.
Dorothy, if you make a scene, this whole thing is going to blow up in our faces.
Why do you say that?
Because something always does.
I can't wear this. Do you have any idea the kind of teasing that goes on in a locker room?
Yes. Now, look, you have to discover the sensuality of baseball. There are just many, many, many similarities between baseball and making love. The mental preparation.
Hootenanny is marginal, and I refuse to accept salami.
I have to go put up some fresh coffee. I'm expecting that lady from the catering company, and I don't want her to think I'm a bad hostess.
Salami, please.
I never had this trouble when I worked alone.
Oh? When you worked alone, the only thing you could rhyme with go was...
I'm Mr. Fix-It. Here to please. No problem, too big or too small.
This is great. It's better than vaudeville.
Well, I'm all yours, ladies. Just lead me to the trouble. There's nothing I can't fix, except maybe this old noggin. That could use a little rewiring. Well, let's go.
Come on, sir.
It's a world of tears. It's a world of hopes. And a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware.
Success. It could give me a shot at becoming Kendall Nesbitt's new assistant.
Who's Kendall Nesbitt?
Oh, he's the museum's director of acquisitions. If I got this job, it would mean going to Europe with him to look for rare paintings and antiques.
Well, if he has an eye for antiques, you should be a shoo-in. Bruno Bonafiglio.
Ma, I was asleep.
So was I. That's when it came to me. Picture this. Sicily, 1922. The village is in a terrible wine crisis. It's the peak of the wine season.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's awful, but I have this incredible sweet tooth.
What is it?
Cheesecake.
What kind?
Chocolate.
Oh, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Girls, guess what? You know that Save the McKinley Lighthouse campaign I've been talking about?
No.
Oh, sure you do. I've told you about it 200 times.
No.
Boy, it's like you people don't pay any attention to me whatsoever.
She looked like Fess Parker from another time.
Girls, guess what? I just got an invitation to the reunion of my college sorority, the Alpha Gams.
I belonged to a sorority when I was in college, the Alpha Yams. It was an agricultural college.
The tomato sauce is like me, hot and spicy. And the mozzarella is like our love. It stretches, but it never breaks.
Ma, that's lovely, but I don't see what luck had to do with it.
You were conceived that night, Dorothy.
Ma.
What's lucky is your father never...
Get herpes listening to this story. At what point in the evening did you finally meet George?
Well, I didn't meet George that Christmas Eve. That was the next Christmas Eve, but that was a boring story. I said I was going to tell you an exciting story.
Ladies, look, I hate to see people just rank.
Dorothy, please.
Hello, Mrs. Barnack.
Mrs. Barnack is a teacher, Mr. President.
Do you have any suggestions, maybe, on how we can help with this education thing?
Bush.
Well, it's good to know.
Talk.
Oh, honey, what is it?
Well, all day long, Blanche has been giving me looks. I think she's really mad.
Look, Rose, what happened between you and Clayton last night is your business, not Blanche's.
But that's just the point, Dorothy. Nothing happened between Clayton and me. Nothing physical, anyway.
And again.
STEM conference, July 1945. Present were Truman, Stalin, Trebek.
And now, from